Hey, this is Reverend Bill. Today is 6/25, and that is Wednesday. Um, and today I would like to discuss Jasmine Crockett. Now, she has come out with a complaint saying that Donald Trump has not communicated with her either before, during, or after the bombings of Iran. Now, I'm not sure whether she expected this communication, um, you know, at what point of the activity, but she seems to expect some communication. Was this fair? Well, let's examine it. I did a little bit of a dive quickly into her background because I actually never heard of her until very recently. The noise has been centered around that brain trust of AOC. Um, oh, and who was it? Somebody, forget who, somebody said that AOC is undeniably the leader of the Democratic Party now. And he has said numerous times that she is the reason why shampoo bottles need directions. That was pretty funny. Anyway, uh, Jasmine Crockett. She's 44, and she was. What did I say? She was born in Louisiana, maybe. Well, she was born in the South. I think it was Louisiana. Oh, actually, I can right here. I think I set that page up. She was born in Missouri. I'm sorry. She was born in St. Louis, Missouri. I stand corrected. Um, anyway, um, let's see. It says that she went to Rhodes College. Now, I'd never heard of Rhodes College, but I looked it up, and it said it was competitive. Looked to me like shouldn't be too difficult to get into. Um, that. Also, it said that she aspired to be a CPA. Actually, not a bad choice. Wish I'd made that choice in school. But this confused me. She was deemed to have too much personality to be a CPA. Now, I know the CPA is a difficult choice, there's a lot of math involved. That was my first thought when I saw, oh, she changed her mind because she had too much personality. I am definitely running that past my CPA. It's pretty good. Anyway, in her Wikipedia page, it said that she changed her path because she had too much personality. And apparently, there were keys being keyed, the cars being keyed on campus. Black people apparently were having their cars keyed. You see, this is overwhelming racism everywhere you look. Don't get me going on this. But I guess all these black people were having their cars keyed, and the college was unable to handle it. You see, this college, they were able to take all these young minds and they were able to educate them. At least they were in the 80s. Nowadays, I don't know what they're doing with them. But back then, they were able to get these fresh minds and they're to be entrusted as to get them and educate them and form them and turn them into the leaders of tomorrow, the leaders of the military to take over and protect us and lead us into the great tomorrow, and politicians to always make the right decisions to protect us and lead us always in the path of righteousness in God. And yeah, I mean, and they can't be handled to stop thugs from keying cars. So we have to do is we have to call in a specialty, which is what I guess they had to do. So this Rhodes College, which is not able to handle some vandalism on campus, they got to bring in some ringers, and they brought in, I guess, I'm assuming she was black because it was a woman, and I guess Jasmine, the witty little Jasmine, always with the witticisms, decided to call her a Shero. And somehow a lawyer. Now, how did the lawyer? Now, that's very interesting. College wasn't able to stop the keying, but a lawyer. Now, I wonder how a lawyer did it. Did the lawyer come with equipment? No. A lawyer wouldn't have equipment. How did a lawyer somehow go in there and stop the car keying, I wonder? But she's a Shero, so she knew how. Sounds to me like it's just one of those propaganda stories we hear about. Okay. Anyway. So after that, she became a lawyer, and she was a public defender. And then, I don't know, she did that for a couple of years. And then someone called Eddie Bernice Johnson, who was in the House of Representatives, retired and wanted her to replace her and gave her $1 million. So that is how our good friend and our new Shero, Jasmine Crockett, became in the House of Representatives. And that is how she became in power, and how she believes that Donald Trump needs to contact her and let her know about the bombings. But I don't think she's really I think she needs to go further. I think she needs to know the whereabouts and the combinations for the football. And I think it's not just her. I think AOC needs to, AOC needs that information too. Maybe Nancy Pelosi. Hell, maybe Anderson Cooper needs that too. I think he should, because when he cries, he gets all emotional. He might feel better if he has all that information. Maybe Whoopi would too. Whoopi looks like a Joey Barr. Sure, yeah. Let's just all do that. Let's everyone get involved with that, because after all, all the Democrats are whiny. And they need to have that stuff to make them feel better. Let's talk about this racism stuff. This is driving me nuts. Racism's been around and always has been around, okay? Always will be around, unfortunately. I'm married to a Nigerian wife. I'm not one of these people that go around and say, oh, so my best friends are black. I mean, seriously, I do have some very deep roots. I've got, when I was going through still am going through the attacks of the witches, by the way. I'm actually thinking about doing some a podcast talking about more detail about what to expect if you ever are attacked with black magic and the devil and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty intense. It really is intense. But anyway, but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. It's something. I mean, the point of the matter is that I grew up in a city that was, I don't know, pretty close. I don't know. It wasn't 50-50 maybe, but it was pretty integrated. And there was fights all the time. But there was seldom really racist. I mean, white versus black, but people fight, but if a black and a white person fight over a girl, over a cupcake, over a sandwich, and people point and say racism, kids are going to jump all over that. We did it all the time in school. over a girl, and the teachers would go, "Oh, racism." We'd say, "Oh yeah, race riot." Would leave. We're the first ones to hop on that. Um, we do people call each other racist names when they fight? Absolutely. It's the same way when you fight anybody. I mean, if the person's fat, you're going to call them fat. If they're Italian, you're going to call them a stupid wop. If they're Irish, like oh yeah, drunk Irishman, it's going to come out in a fight. But and nowadays, I can't speak to nowadays. I really can't, because I mean, I'm 60. I think racism was brought back by the Democrats. I'm talking about the 80s, 70s, and 80s. When I was in the city, the inner city, okay, in Brockton, in the inner 70s and 80s, we were fighting black people all the time, but we were friends. There was nothing really, I mean, there was an occasional, I'm not saying there was never, but I mean, we walked the street, hand in hand. And, we were brothers and we did fight each other, but there was never any, I don't ever remember a fight between a white and a black person because they were white and black. And that was the 70s and 80s. I do remember an awful lot of fighting. I don't ever remember it. But yes, I do remember during the fights, people yelling things, because that's what happened during fights. But I don't ever remember a person going, "Hey, there's a white guy, let's go beat him up," or "Hey, there's a black guy, let's go beat him up." During interaction, interpersonal, interaction, that somebody, cause a problem, do something, offend somebody, and was that thrown in their face? Sure. But I don't ever remember going, "Hey, there's a black guy, let's go beat him up," or "There's a white guy, let's go beat him up." Yeah, if they did that, say, "What are you, jerk? Don't be a jerk. What the hell did he do to you?" Nowadays, I don't even know what's going on. I mean, it's completely out of control. And I'll tell you something else too. As I mentioned, other things too. I do talk about this God thing, and the two times that God has actually destroyed things was in Noah's Ark, when the world was out of control, and Sodom and Gomorrah. He didn't destroy the world; he destroyed the city. And I'm just wondering, is I don't know anything. God didn't tell me. This is just me reading the Bible and going, well, the world was out of control with Noah. The world is out of control with Sodom and Gomorrah. Certainly think the world's out of control. Now, as you do know, occasionally I've been lucky with the good Lord has actually been fortunate enough to drop a word with me now and again. I do know he's unhappy. So it's not like I've talked to him and he's thrilled with the world. I know he's not. It does make you wonder. I mean, is this what does cause? I mean, we already know from the Bible. We already know from the Bible that the world physically lasts beyond us, because at the end of the world, the rapture, the Lord comes down and he brings those, and this is true, by the way, and this has been confirmed to me through the Lord. The Lord has confirmed this with me verbally. So this I can tell you for a fact that I know through scripture, and the Lord has told me this. One of the few things the Lord has told me, that yes, this does happen. So so good I can actually say this I do know. Lord doesn't give me a lot of information, but yeah, so the rapture does happen. So yeah, that I know, and so this we do know, that the earth does outlast us. So that would mean, common sense, that if the world does outlast us, that means that we cause the end of the world, right? Not the end of the world because of us. And again, this is just common sense. The few little pieces the Lord throws me. I don't know how the Lord talked to people in the Bible, but he doesn't give me the map. He gives me pieces, and I gotta somehow piece them together. And that's what I'm piecing together now. He told me about the rapture. Okay, so that's what I'm figuring. So if there is a rapture, that means it's got to physically be an earth. He did tell me he's going to rebuild earth and he's going to rebuild heaven. So that means they still must exist if he's going to destroy them and rebuild them. Therefore, ergo, there's got to be a rapture. So yeah, that would mean that the end of the world, I would think, and I'm not going to ask him. The Lord is not approachable. I got to think that the end of the world must come when he gets fully disgusted with us. So I don't know. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today. So Jasmine Crockett, you sit by your phone because I'm absolutely sure Donald Trump is going to be calling you up with those football codes anytime now. Honey, I'm sorry. You were actually, no, seriously. The part about this, I actually think you're a nice person. I think you're fun. If I was younger and I was hanging around Texas, I probably want to go out and have a drink and a couple of laughs with you. You take yourself too seriously, to be honest with you, honey. You just don't matter all that much. I'm sorry, honey. You just don't matter. But don't feel badly about it. I don't either. But then again, I don't sit around waiting for Donald Trump to call me and ask me about whether he should bomb Iran or not. All right, guys. Hey, please like, share, subscribe. Let's get some more listeners. Let's save some souls. I'll talk to you later. Bye.